Dude, all I want to do now is play Tetris, so like it's not gonna get better than this.
Welcome to Literally Lens Podcast. We have quarterfinals of the LCS Summer Playoffs.
Oh yes.
Weaned it. So yeah, this is a Matt episode because I'm not allowed to talk anymore.
Not allowed to, or can't bring yourself to, or what is it? Because I didn't make that rule. That wasn't me.
So TSM have lost the clutch in quarterfinals for the second time.
Hey! You're jumping ahead. How was this week, Anthony?
I'm gonna take that out of the goddamn topic. It was bad. It was a bad week.
How was the week?
I don't want to talk
Why
about
was
it,
it
but
bad?
I have to.
I don't get it. What happened that was so rough? I had a fine time.
I don't know. Maybe we'll wait to find out.
Oh, you're giving him a 3-0.
I gave him a 3.
Oh, that was past tense. I was looking for past.
Well, I forgot to highlight the colors on our notes doc, but they were correct now.
I don't know why you made yours yellow, but yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't have a fun week.
To be honest, I didn't either. I don't love TSM. They're not my favorite team. And of course, I love the rivalry you and I have when our teams play. But even I was like, it feels like as like an old fan, like someone who's literally been watching since day one, game one LCS, to see one of the most dominant historical teams just kind of get like slapped around. I'm like, oh, that kind of isn't. That hurts like the old me. But the new me is like, dude, I'm gonna get to fucking make fun of Anthony for like a week. So
I'm gonna be real though. This clutch looks very much like, they look pretty decent, but they look very much like old Immortals. Like they're.
What do you mean by that?
Well, they basically are running an NA mid laner, Huni top lane, a different Korean jungler, and Cody-san AD carry.
Who AD carry?
Cody-san. I forget. Oh, Adrian was their support at this time.
And also Immortals, when they were doing really, really well, had Wild Turtle.
No.
Yeah.
They were still doing well with Wild Turtle, but they did better.
Wild Turtle was first.
Yeah, I don't remember. Yes, because Wild Turtle then went to TSM, then FlyQuest, I think. And then they picked up Cody-san, and then Cody-san went to
He went back to TSM.
Yeah. And he won a split. You can't say shit about that now, can you?
I didn't, but that was in the past.
No, but we have to revise history, you see. Because TSM was always bad, and they've always been garbage, and haven't been top 2 for every year besides the last 2. And even the year before,
you're just trying to backpedal out of the fact that your team got clapped this weekend, dog. You can't live in the past, dude.
Listen.
I get it, and I get it. A lot of times I would like to do that with Cloud9 and throw back to the high days.
Look, not everyone can go from 7th place to Worlds with all reverse sweeps, okay, man?
No, and I'm so happy we did. That's one of the best memes in the
Oh my god, I am so sad that TSM don't have highest broom. I was so ready for it, and then they just let me down.
I literally DM'd you. I was like, oh, they're down 2-0. I guess we're going to reverse sweep. Or you're gonna reverse sweep, and then all of a sudden,
I should put up our.
Did you guys get swept, or did you get one?
No, there was 3. It was 3-1 for and Clutch Gaming won. So TSM got 1 game, and I think that was game 3. Yes, after they
because they went down 2-0.
And I'm just like, well, somebody had to be up a game at some point here, so why not now? Let's just keep going. And then so going into this, TSM have been having issues with just
they've been making some
team
choices,
plays,
Anthony,
and they decided to put in. God damn it! Every time I edit anything for this show, they decided to put in Spica, and everyone is wondering, why are you putting in Spica? And
a guy who's played 2 he didn't look terrible, but he's played 2 LCS games in his whole life. right?
Yeah.
And they had Acadian who's looking really good. They even have Greg and
okay, Acadian and Greg were not looking very good.
They were looking. They would look. They have more playoff experience. And
sure. I don't know about Acadian. Well, okay, I guess you could say Acadian was the last one.
And they didn't open up a second jungle spot. They went all in on a guy who's played literally 2 pro games. Like, that's kind of buck wild. And they didn't even use any of their other subs. like what spots did they take 2 of?
Bot lane. Well, they put bot and support in.
Dude, then they didn't even use it, and
I mean,
come on.
Their bot lane was doing good. The bot lane was the best part of the team. I'm not saying they weren't,
but I'm saying you could have at least. I don't know, dude. Come on. What's that? I was extremely confused when they did that.
So this is a topic we're gonna get into a little bit later, but there's just been problems with their jungle, and I think them having to remove their top laner from their academy squad really pigeonholed them into this decision. But at the same time,
but why though?
I don't think it would have mattered. I don't think putting in any of their other 2 junglers would have solved the problem.
Probably not. But my confusion is I mean, you still have 2 junglers, and were they even in the finals for what's it called for Academy?
Not the finals. They got to semis.
Yeah. So then once that was over, couldn't they? They had then 2 extra junglers.
Semis was the same week as our quarters. They're a week ahead.
Oh, okay. You're right. All right, never mind. How little I pay attention to the fucking Academy.
I'm surprised you didn't notice that they started before us, because they started.
I did, but I forgot because I don't retain any Academy information.
They started a week before us, and then EU started a week after us.
EU I know because I hate it.
EU's playing on the next patch for their playoffs, which I find kind of interesting. But
what if we only did our finals next patch, no prep time?
What?
What if they released the next patch before for finals without any practice?
Well, they wouldn't be able to because patch 16
What if they reverted back
today?
to the Bruisers patch?
Well, what? You want to go back to season 5?
Yeah, what if they just threw, what if every finals was just a random patch from history? That would be so funny.
That would be kind of interesting to play old patches, but at the same time, the whole reason the game gets patched is because of that.
I know. It would be a great all-star event, though.
I don't think it would change a fucking thing.
Dude, they would take champions out of the game, and then
you playing Tetris?
No. What the fuck is wrong with you? I'm looking something up. You fucking bums.
So it wouldn't change anything because the point of our perceived point of All Stars is for it to be a fun get together for all of the high end pro players and stuff to just sort of dick around. So what's it gonna change anything if everyone's not taking the game 100% serious anyways?
I don't know.
All right.
Anyway, I was just fucking doing dumb shit.
On to CLG versus Optic, which was a resounding 3-0 called by me.
That was crazy.
For CLG. That was...
I called it 3-2 for CLG, but I had a little too much faith in Optic, or a little less faith in CLG, I guess.
Optic was having some problems with Crown in the back half of the split, and boy, did that show. Crown was...
Boy, did it.
Crown was a little bit out there, if you don't mind me saying.
I do mind you saying.
I don't think Crown really did anything great at all. He just sort of
1-3 won the first game with 468 CS. Oh yeah, they both farmed their ass off that game. He was Silas 4-4 for second game, and fucking what was he? 2-2-1 the third game. Yeah, he did nothing. Okay.
Yeah, he was sort of non-existent. Meteos was really not pulling anything off at all either. And that's how we said they were gonna have to win, was by making those two play well.
Oh wait, no, that's the wrong player. Yeah, Meteos was lackluster.
But contrary to the entire rest of the season, basically, Doku was okay. He didn't look useless by comparison.
What was it, Big Dokes?
Big Dokes, Yokla.
Oh yeah, Big Dokes and Yoke. He actually did look pretty okay for most of these.
On the first
and
game,
in the last weeks leading up to this, I thought he looked more impressive.
Yeah, he was looking better.
He didn't look like exceptional. His KDAs weren't amazing. His farm was all right, but I feel like a lot of that was just the team around him. Right, like he was never the worst one on the team, and it felt like, to a degree, like the rest of his team, because he was what? He was Poppy.
Did you just say Dokla wasn't the worst player on this team?
He wasn't playing like it. He was Poppy, Aatrox, Jace.
Maybe in the last 5 weeks.
No. In these 3 games. Like
yeah.
In these 3 games, he was not the one who was like hard feeding and doing nothing. Like,
I will contest for game 1 though, because dear lord, watching him play Poppy into Jace top made me want to die.
Bro, Arrow got 4 kills, all split, or all series, and they were in 1 game. 2 of the 3 games he had no kills. He was 4-3 on Draven, 0-3 on Xayah, and 0-3 on Ezreal. Like, 0-3 support with game 1, 0-6 support game 2, and a 1-5 support game 3. Like, this was not Dokla.
Yo.
Dokla never had more than, I think, 3 deaths, and he always had a positive KP. Like, it was not Dokla. I know you like to shit on it, but like, chill.
Right. But at the moment, I really want to talk. In game 1 in general, I want to talk about as this entire series, because basically this is the only time Optic had any sort of advantage, and then they just sort of chucked it as hard as they could in the other direction, just like Dignitas. But
Baron throws.
Like, the game started off with me seeing Dokla just have no sort of... It looked like he had no idea how to play Poppy into Jace at all, and just couldn't play that matchup. But I'm just like, why are you...
Stop fucking with Big Dokes, dude. He would clap you in a 1v1.
And then they had 4 Barons. Optic got 4
that was crazy.
Barons, and they couldn't end the game. I think they just never got 3 inhibs down and tried to end once instead of getting a 3rd inhibitor and backing, and they failed to end, and they couldn't get the inhibitor. Oh my god.
Dude,
watching this game,
that was painful to watch. Oh no. I forgot about that because I think I blocked it out of my fucking memory.
Hang on. What did I write about? So at Oh wait, this is the TSM.
I don't want to think about this, dude. Now I'm sad. Remember when they roasted Crumbs and Scar after it?
So at 22 minutes, I said that the game has been even, but CLG look like they're the ones controlling the game. Early Baron is just putting off CLG's pressure. And it turned out that Optic got 4 Barons to put off CLG's pressure. And they wasted all of it. Oh my god. CLG were in control of that game up until Optic got a Baron, and then Optic were in control of not playing that game. Oh my god.
Dude, it was brutal to watch. Like, I literally felt like I have no idea. It looked like almost like how some of my solo queue games go, where it's like, all right, like we're crushing, we're getting every objective. Oh, what the fuck? The game's over and we lost. What happened? Right? Like, outside of getting those Barons, it was like they were doing nothing or dying.
In the 3rd game,
crazy.
Okay, my only note for game 2 was that CLG never stopped being in control. And then game 3, my note is, and I'm pretty sure I wrote this down right after Champ Select, or like right after the early game, was CLG are just gonna lock this in because Optic just looked like they were absolutely down.
Stixay with the 614 Caitlyn, one of the least interesting champions in League of Legends. Am I wrong? He died 3 total times, 1 in each game. Look at you, Stixay.
They ran one of the most nasty bot lanes in the game, Caitlyn or Morgana, which I'm surprised we don't see more of, but it does well into Xayah Karma, which just seems random as hell.
In that first game, I was just checking the vision scores, and they were crazy.
I'd like to just look at game 3 Optic's team comp. They had Jace, Jarvan, Corki, Xayah, and Karma. What does this comp do?
I don't know, dude.
What? Are they a poke comp? Or are they a team fight comp? Why are you picking Karma? Zaya Karma bot just seems like a massive a massive question mark. And Rakan's not picked or banned. It's not like they couldn't have just gone with Rakan. But like, I don't know. Who knows?
I don't know either, dude.
Just well, we'll be seeing both Optic and Team Solo Mid in the gauntlet. So we'll have no goodbyes for them quite yet. Quite small revision to last week's goodbyes. There shouldn't have been a goodbye to FlyQuest because they're going to be in the gauntlet too.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the gauntlet teams are decided. No one who isn't FlyQuest, TSM, and Optic can even get into the gauntlet. And TSM are the likely final boss of the gauntlet.
C9 can't get into the gauntlet?
No, they can, but nobody else below them can at all.
Oh, okay.
Everyone
so
else...
the only possible related people left for the gauntlet would be TL and C9, right?
Well, Clutch are going in. Well, Clutch will probably go in, but the only way that I think C9 get to the gauntlet is if they finish 4th and Clutch win the split, and TL gets points. Yeah, it's hard to do.
Okay.
It's hard to do, but I would have said that about TSM losing to Clutch again. But forever cursed.
We did. We both called
never
TSM.
Doubting Clutch beating TSM ever again.
Curse incoming, dude.
All right.
This hurt.
What is the next topic? Okay. So this is a sort of an addition to the TSM jungler discussion. So week 9.
Yes.
Week 9. TSM put in Spica, their academy jungler, for seemingly no reason. Then they have Grig moved to top lane because their top laner for their academy team got removed for attitude issues or something. I don't know. Very vague because no one ever wants to give you the real answer because PR and this is why nobody trusts anything anyone trusts. So, Grig stuck playing top lane for a month. Speak is the new starting jungler, and everyone wants to know what the hell's wrong with Acadian. So, until like an hour ago, there was very little information about what exactly happened, but Acadian, like, it was kind of alleged that Acadian kind of blew up during VOD reviews or something. And because there's
Wait, where was that alleged? I didn't see that.
In a line in TSM Legends.
I should probably watch that.
It's a throwaway line that actually has a lot more meaning to it than it probably should, to be honest. But apparently there was some kind of altercation with Acadian and probably the rest of the team. And then Dom came out like an hour ago or something on Face
Dom,
Check.
like, I will dominate?
Yes, I think so. And he said that what was happening during VOD reviews is everyone would point out mistakes that Acadian was making. And I'm guessing that Acadian blew up about this, maybe? I don't know. That's kind of speculation beyond that point. But I'm sort of wondering why this whole situation has kind of brought up. There's all, like, as much as I'm for telling people where their mistakes were and what they need to do to improve it, there is only so much one person can take at a time, and there's only so much that you can improve so quickly.
Especially if no one else is getting called out for anything they're doing. If you're putting 100% of blame on just Acadian while other people are making mistakes, I can completely see why that would be frustrating.
And it isn't even just that. If, like, you spend the entire week just pointing out Acadian's mistakes and no one else's,
that's unhealthy.
It's just like, hang on, now we're just picking on Acadian. So I can see why he would explode over that, but at the same time, I'm really, like, confused as to how this went here, because the point of the coaching staff is to direct these conversations into a constructive manner. And if you have noticed that, we've done nothing but pick on Acadian for 2 days, we need to not do that, because that's gonna go bad.
Maybe it's an issue with the coaching staff too, dude. I don't know.
So there's rampant, like, discussion and I don't want to, calling it bashing seems to be underplaying how like some people just seem to think TSM is the devil and they've ruined junglers, which is patently untrue and doesn't make any sense if you actually pay attention to TSM at all.
It definitely does make sense, and it definitely does happen.
Yeah, that's okay. Because Senskaran looked so amazing when he started playing for C9, right?
Yes,
that's what happened. Totally. Yes.
Yeah, it was just TSM.
Yep.
It's like jungle curse.
So
you know that I'm joking.
Really?
No.
Okay. So I just, what do you think?
I don't. That's kind of my problem in life.
So what do you think is going to happen with Acadian come this offseason? Because the way that it's looking with them starting Spica and not really saying, oh, we're going to start Acadian for Gauntlet already, it's sort of looking like they've decided Acadian's going to be
Are they starting
off
Spica
the
for
team.
Gauntlet?
We don't know yet. I think Gauntlet launches probably on Monday. No, Gauntlet launches probably in 2 weeks after finals.
Well, so I'll say that I wouldn't expect them to already declare their Gauntlet lock-in, to be honest. Like, even if they know internally.
Yeah,
like, I'm not expecting
they probably know internally, but no one's going to call it out until the deadline.
So the fact that they haven't announced Acadian publicly yet, to me, doesn't read as a bad sign, because I don't expect them to announce anybody. Right? Like, I mean, I expect to see Bjergsen on their Gauntlet team. But
yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah, but other than that, like, other than like the obvious ones, I mean, I expect to see Broken Blade because they don't actually have another top laner, right? Like, but other than
dude,
like,
I heard Goog was doing great.
I don't watch Academy. I don't care. So anyway, I wouldn't, if he doesn't start Gauntlet. What I expect to happen is probably some kind of internal review where they really look at, like, you know, did this happen because like there was a general fuck up, right? Did this happen because Acadian is just like this? Is this really not a good fit? I wouldn't expect to see a super strong decision made yet. I mean, maybe, or unless they've already made it, which is entirely possible, right? I don't know. TSM probably thinks about TSM's junglers a lot more than I do. So,
no, Reddit talks about their junglers a lot more than anyone else on planet Earth, but go on.
I didn't say talked, I said thinks. Anyway, my point stands, like, I don't know what they're going to do with Acadian. He's not, like, actually that bad, like, when he's performing. And if they keep him and a lot more, like, their training goes in and the consistency goes up with him in the team, I think he could be a good fit for the team. But if there's, like, a sort of dispositional breakup or misaligning, then I don't anticipate him staying. But that's something I have no info about. So, like, I can't super conjecture. I mean, there are some teams I'm sure who would be happy to have Acadian, right? Either on Academy or starting. So, but I don't know. Like, I do think it's really weird for TSM to be in the spot with 3 junglers and
not put any of them in as subs.
As subs, and then I don't know. Yeah, it's yeah, especially when your subs in are sub for 2 of the best bot laners in North America. Like, I
don't know how good you could really rank them, but they're
historically they're really good players, and they have a lot more experience in playoff and stressful situations than the guy who's played 2 LCS games.
People will
right.
Like, definitely say that Optics bot lane is pretty good, and to me, they're just awful. Optics bot lane looks
bot lane?
Oh, yeah. Optics bot lane looks like garbage. It's big and arrow. And I'm just sitting here watching
They have
this,
some decent games this
They
split,
do, but at the same time, it's like...
No, I'm not trying to say you're wrong.
Arrow got an MVP once, he robbed from Haunser. Like, what? And we're here? At the same time, Bjergsen has one, and he's just... Yeah. But...
Yeah.
But
did they announce MVP yet?
No, that's coming at finals.
I thought so.
Next week is Coach to the Split and Rookie.
Do we think Bjergsen is still in contention?
No.
I don't think he's anywhere near. I don't think he's anywhere near the MVP.
Well, here's the thing: is this is supposed to be a vote for regular season. To be honest, even looking at regular season, I would still probably say no and still give it to Svenskeren, like everyone else is gonna give it to.
Yeah, Svenskeren looks like he's
been doing really good this split.
Shout out my boy, but shout out my fucking guy anyway.
So that's been TSM's camp this this past week or so. It's just been on fire, and nobody really knows why. Well,
I'm sure
TSM probably know why, and hopefully they have a plan.
I hope they know why. If they don't know why, that's a way bigger problem.
Well,
but I imagine they know why.
The other thing about this offseason is gonna be very interesting because Bjergsen's contract is up. So
do you think he dips?
That's the question that I will pose after Gauntlet. He's either going to leave TSM or get a really big pay raise. That's all I'm saying. All right, we'll move on to the next.
Not get that big a pay raise.
Oh, he's got a contract from 5 years ago. He locked in his contract.
No, I know. All right, we can talk about this another time. I think a lot about the dynamics of like all pro or all star player contracts in sports. We don't need to get into it now.
Okay, so this Echo Fox debacle is not over.
Oh, we're doing this one now.
And it doesn't look like it's gonna be.
For at least 30 days.
At minimum. Because, oh my god, is this...
Well, 30 days from whenever that...
Is this ever gonna please stop developing? So
it's 32 days from now it will be over.
So Riot have... Oh, I shouldn't say Riot. The LCS has said that they are taking over the Echo Fox spot and all of its auctioneering jobs. I don't know what you want to call it. But they're going to auction off the spot themselves and go back through the same kind of vetting process they went through last time to find another buyer for the spot.
Hopefully with a non-racist shareholder.
Hopefully. Now, this came with another development from basically the rest of the shareholders. I shouldn't say the rest of them. A lot of the shareholders in Echo Fox are calling for Rick Fox's resignation from the org because they're kind of putting a lot of the bad business decisions that ended up getting them into this position on him.
There weren't bad business decisions that got them in this position. The bad decision was to...
Did you read through the business decisions?
No, but that's not why they're out of the league. The reason they're out of the league is because one of the guys...
Well, yes, that is one of the reasons.
That's not the fault of Rick Fox.
It's not. But part of the reason why this whole thing has been spinning up is because of a lot of decisions that Rick Fox had been making for the past 6 months from January.
That's not why that guy's racist. Like, that guy's
This is not the point, Matt. The point is
But it is, because that's what got them kicked out of the league.
Right.
They said you have to get rid of this guy, and they couldn't get rid of him.
But the reason that came up is because of this.
No, the reason that came up is because the guy's a racist.
No, it's not. It's because he stole their debt. Well, it's because he bought their debt and then wanted them to pay it off because Rick Fox had gotten
But that doesn't mean the response to that is to use racial slurs.
I'm not saying it is.
But the problem isn't anything Rick Fox did.
Can I finish this whole thing? You didn't let me finish it.
Go.
Okay. So they're putting a lot of how they got into this situation on Rick Fox and on his previous business decisions, and they do not like how he leveraged public opinion to try and sway the actions of the company. I don't think anyone's come out and stated that one publicly, but that is what it appears to be happening. So I think that is probably the bigger reason why they want him out of Echo Fox, which is the company main.
Where did you find that? Because
it's in that article. That's linked. Not the right one. The one that says Extra Spice.
Oh, the Extra Spice. I didn't realize that was a different article.
That's why it was in parentheses.
What? I don't pay attention.
So
I thought you were just saying it was Extra Spice that I was only getting 30 days to find a buyer.
I mean, I guarantee you there's 15 people applying.
Yeah, well,
right now. So it appears that Rick Fox isn't the best businessman, and that he used his position as kind of the front man for Echo Fox to really influence what was happening in the company. Because had he kept all of those matters internally, whether or not I forget the name of the investor that got them kicked out of the LCS would have been removed from Echo Fox is kind of up in the air, because he may have been able to figure it out internally and gotten him removed as an internal matter, but the fact that he decided to go public with it instead of fighting internally is why they don't is why it appears they do not want him to be a part of Echo Fox anymore. So
sure, I still don't think that that's a reasonable assessment of the situation by the shareholders by any stretch.
Well, he's the other thing is that he has continued to use the public opinion after that the racism accusations had come to light with other things in the company, and they kind of don't want him to keep doing that.
I don't know. I don't know enough about the situation, to be honest, but I think it's very peculiar. I don't think he really, from what I have read so far, which is not a lot, and from what I've seen, it doesn't seem like he's actually done anything other than get attacked by a racist, and they're kicking him out for that, but I don't know. And that seems a very odd thing to do. But who knows?
Somebody make a list.
A list of what?
I thought somebody made like a flow chart of like what happened and who made what decisions where.
Oh, I don't know.
No, I'm not finding it. Okay. I don't know. Anything else to say about this topic?
No.
Oh, who do you think might want in? Because
I have literally no idea.
I think the two prospective teams that were brought up were Evil Geniuses and some group called.
Also, wait a minute.
What?
So I do have things to say, because I looked up one of the old articles. It wasn't just Rick Fox he was racist to. He was also attacking one of the other investors. So
Jace
like
Hall?
yeah. So it doesn't, like, even if the idea is that like Rick Fox's bad decisions made this guy angry, like he wasn't just Rick Fox who's attacked this guy. Just It seems like it was this guy who was the real problem. And kick Rick Fox out for being a victim of this guy who also attacked other investors seems like a really weird move. But I don't know. Anyway, who do you think is going to buy in?
So it was, I think it's in that other article. It was Evil Geniuses and some group, the Shapiro group or something.
Yeah, the Shapiro group.
Who has no relation to Ben Shapiro.
No, thank
I have no idea what the Shapiro group do.
They own other esports teams, I think.
Do they?
I don't know, because I googled Shapiro Group esports.
I don't know. They seem to be a real estate venture. I don't know. Well, that came up instantly. I think the Shapiro Group was the other team looking to offer 10, quote unquote, 10 million over what the Cronky esports were offering.
Dude, I don't know. I've never heard of these people.
I haven't either. You know who I want? Who I want to take this spot over?
Who?
Velocity.
Get the fuck out of here.
You know what? No, you're right. No. Okay, so here's what we need. We need Team Marn to buy back in. Team Marn buy Echo Fox slot, and then TSM. Not only do they blow up their roster, they blow up their entire org, and boom, we got Vulcan back. What do you say?
No, thank you.
Look. All I'm saying is Vulcan are gonna come back, and they're going to be.
No one wants that, dude.
They're going to be C9's kryptonite, just like the good old days. Why? You don't want Vulcan back? You don't want your kryptonite back in the league?
They're not, I don't. Let's have something new happen, dude. Let's get a team we haven't had before.
Who hasn't been in the LCS that's a popular esports team?
Who was the rival of Optic that got rejected?
I don't know. 100 Thieves are in. Oh, Envious? Yeah, Envious probably got rejected. They were in before. Esports companies. Let's see. Who do we got? I'm just getting random brands. Can I please have a list?
It'd be nice to see Team Liquid in the league.
Yeah, it would. But they're stuck playing in international tournaments all year.
It's unfortunate.
Cloud9, Team Soul.
What if we got a FaZe clan?
Oh, wait, hang on.
FaZe?
Oh, wait, no. Navi's even... Like, there's so many of the brands that are actually in League of Legends
Other
esports,
leagues.
but they're just in other leagues in different regions and sometimes they're home regions. Like,
Yes.
Navi... I think... Isn't Navi actually, like, Swedish? Not as Vincier. Ukraine. Okay, they do. They should belong in CIS. Who got kicked out? I don't know. I just want Vulcan back. I want my old team back. I'm sad I don't have a Season 3 Vulcan icon.
I could not care less.
Why don't you want a Season 3 Vulcan icon? They were amazing. Alright.
Complexity. Bring back complexity.
Yeah, let's bring back complexity. Alright.
Bring back EG or some shit.
We gotta...
But only if you bring back Snoopy.
We gotta...
Make Snoopy jungle, dude.
We got a couple of spicy matches coming next week.
Oh no, we're just not touching that one?
Nope, I'm not touching Snoopy with the 10-foot pole.
What? He was shredded. Let me look up what his elo is right now.
In what game? Isn't he playing...
Snoopy? He was the EG jungler. Do you not remember?
Right, yeah, but I thought I just saw him doing something last week.
I don't know.
I don't remember, but... We'll move on to our match previews?
He streams now, but yeah, sure.
Okay. That's the results. Alright. So, this weekend we got TL versus Clutch Gaming, C9, and C9 versus CLG. Now, Matt, you and I both agree.
Oh, that's what he did?
What?
He opened up a members-only community for streamers turning their passion into a career. This is a quote from his tweet.
Oh, right!
Pipeline, called Pipeline.
Yes!
He opened...
Oh my god.
Bro. Anyway, we're not touching this. Okay.
Pay me $10 for my seminar you can get for free.
No, so we're talking about TL versus Clutch Gaming.
We're talking about C9 versus CLG first because they're actually the first match.
Okay.
I have that one backwards.
Okay.
So, we are in
I have
agreement.
C9 3-2.
And I have C9 3-2.
Except on the... Oh, yeah, you do. Okay. Why do you think that I'm right?
That's one way to put it. But
Well, I was going to say why I thought you were right.
But
okay.
I think C9 are going to win because they just seem like they're going to be honest. I think
What's that mean?
I just think it's going to be really close. I think this is going to be kind of like the TSM C9 match that was last split. And I don't see it being much different, to be honest. I'm looking forward to this match, mostly because it's going to be close, and a close series is always fun to watch. But I just hope it's not as boring as the last two series, which kind of
I'll say this.
dragged on a lot.
It's only fun to watch if your team isn't in it. Because then when they're tied 2-2, you have a panic attack for 45 minutes. But
I don't need any more Pepto. Oh, thank God. I can go cancel that order.
well, not until Gauntlet.
I don't fucking care. I gave up.
No, you do care, because if they don't make Worlds again, you're going to get real upset.
I gave up after the Dynasty died in spring of 2018 during that exhibition match.
Which one was that?
The whole series, the whole split, the whole year, the whole 2018
the exhibition
season.
match?
That was a whole exhibition match. You missed it.
Oh, I see what you're doing. You're deflecting blame. So anyway,
Deflecting what now?
Your load of shame, whatever. I think C9 just looks a little bit stronger, a little more consistent. Didn't they beat CLG for the tiebreaker coming in?
Yes. Because
so there's that.
Because CLG had to play fourth.
Yeah. So there's that, which I think gives them a little bit of an edge. You know, I don't know, like, I mean, obviously I'm picking C9 because I'm a C9 fan. But I also do actually think they're going to win. I do think it will be close because if this ends up being 3-0 or even 3-1, I'll be a little bit surprised. And I'll feel like CLG dropped the ball a little bit.
I would be supremely shocked if this game doesn't go the distance. I'm expecting the series to go the distance. I do not think either team will come in unprepared. I don't think any one team has a major advantage above the other in any respect, really. Like, I feel like a lot of C9, like, I would have said that C9 are head and shoulders above, like, whoever was below them last split.
Not this split, though.
No, not this split, because it's been so muddled. Like, TSM and C9 and CLG were all, like, really vying for that second place spot for a while, and then TSM really fell off, and then CLG kind of came up to challenge C9 for it. So now we get to see who really deserves that second place spot, and whether or not Clutch Gaming are going to upset the world and just make everyone really confused by winning the split. Who knows? Who knows? But the answer is we do, because neither of us picked them to win this series and therefore not win the split. So
yeah.
Matt has TL with 3-1, and I have TL 3-0. Yeah. Why do you think Clutch Gaming get that win? Where does it come from?
I think they're just... Well, part of it is because we're not tracking whether we're right by the exact amount of games, so I don't care. But part of it is just kind of like a hedge, right? Because
I will retroactively come up with a system. Don't you dare.
No, we won't, because we're not doing that. And if we are doing it, it starts next split. You fucking coward. So part of it is it's just because I think that it's possible that TL comes in a little bit off. I expect CG to take, if any game, the first game. Because I expect CG to try to come in really hot off of beating TSM, come in looking strong, and then sort of falter because TL is just so consistent and so consistently head and shoulders better than a lot of other teams. And I also think I just threw it in because it doesn't seem out of the realm of possibility for TL to get cocky or get sloppy and just drop one game and then take the rest down. I wouldn't be shocked if it happened.
I actually disagree. I think TL are just going to come in full game face and absolutely stomp Clutch Gaming in a 3-0 series.
Yeah, that's probably what's going to happen, but I wanted to hedge.
Yeah, trim those hedges, man.
You do. You do.
I just want the impossible to happen, and I want a Clutch CLG final. That's what I want. That's not what I think's gonna happen. That's just what I want in my heart.
What do you think is gonna? Well, I see what you think is gonna happen.
Yeah, it's on the screen, guys. I don't.
No. You're definitely trying. I'm surprised you want that and not a TSM final. But
you know, that would be amazing, and I would have said that last week.
Yeah, but
times change. Junglers
they clutched out the wins.
Benched. Academy players start
Shut up. What if on Friday we get news that Smithy is benched and they're putting in a guy
Joey Wheeler?
Yeah, and they're putting in a dude they just signed, never played it. Then I would be like, I bet it's Clutch all day. But that's not gonna happen.
Barring any radical jungler swaps. Does this include
barring benching the whole main roster for a bunch of
barring putting in the academy team, which
no, dude, I'm talking re-signing a third string, and it's literally just a bunch of D1 players.
I think are playoff rosters locked, or can they?
I have
think
no
they're
idea.
hard-locked. I think playoff
I
rosters
don't
are
know,
hard-locked
and I
since last
don't.
week.
But I don't think this is going to happen, even if they're not. So
I want to see Joey Wheeler back in the LCS, man.
he was never in the LCS.
Oh, he played a couple of games.
Oh, did he? This is a sub.
He played at MSI. When
What
Ole benched himself, he played at that MSI.
Oh, is that dude's name?
Yeah. The Wheeler part is a joke. His name's Joey, and everyone makes fun of him as Joey Wheeler.
Oh, dude, I thought there was just like a motherfucker, like a dude walking around named Joey Wheeler. That's my bad. He's on Clutch now.
Is he?
He's on Clutch Academy.
Clutch, don't let me down. Clutch, put in Joey. I want Joey Wheeler to play in the playoffs.
Who's on TL Academy then? What the fuck?
Show you what's up. You know.
Oh, TL Academy is Matt now.
Well, I don't think they ever lost Matt. Did they? Did he play for Golden Guardians?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I know that Matt used to be on CLG, along with half the other new
TL, but yes,
TL, along with half of the other roster swaps from a couple of years ago. Cause
remember that like Dardoch Lorlo top? Oh, that was just crazy, dude. Anyway, you have anything else to add?
No. TSM.
We didn't really talk about TLCG, but I think there's just not a lot to talk about. I think.
No, it's gonna be a raffle stomp, and everyone's gonna be bored.
Yeah. So, why don't you take us on home there, pal?
All right. Let me sit up real quick, and I'll do it for the quarterfinal coverage of the LCS here on the Legendary Lee Lens podcast. You can catch us every week at 7 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/NizzyTV2K11. Catch the VODs on my YouTube channel. Have a nice day.
Have a good night.